Hi everybody, so it's Tom again. I'm here with the Central Boiler 1450 E-Classic, and what today I'm going to be doing is cleaning out the firebox. Some of the comments I've had about guys are kind of curious about how to change things, how to fix things, how I clean it. I clean my boiler, I strip it down once a week. Every other week, I really strip it down. Is it over the top? Yes. But I never want to be accused by Central Boiler not maintaining my item. So some of the tools that I have, I use is a typical paint. It's a paint scraper. I use it to scrape the creosote off the inside of the firebox. It has a great little attachment for a wooden pole. And the other one's a scraper shovel. This gets on the top of the firebox. So when you're inside working, this made by Husky. You can get a Home Depot. It's like an ice scraper. Doesn't really have a sharp edge to it, but you use it. I get the top, the creosote on the top of it, and I can get the walls. But that's also what the paint scraper is for. This comes in great. The Wonder Bar that Central Boiler sells or gives you is simply a pry bar. It's nothing. There's no wonder about it. Everybody knows. You look at it, it's a pry bar. So this, what I use every day. Open it up, or even when I load the wood. I scrape off the inside here, all the way to the side, and sometimes you've noticed with your stoves, maybe the creosote gets very loose and milky. It's great. This thing strips it right down to the bare metal again. Again, this is the whole thing. I unscrew it, and this is my weekly maintenance for the the strip down, and I scrape all behind here and the side here. The other thing I do is I use a boiler brush. It's 7/8 in diameter, steel bristles. There's four holes on both sides of the fire on the inside of the firebox, and there's two small ones in the back. What you've got to use this for is you need to put it in the back hole and work your way forward. So when you stick in the hole, you're pushing all the creosote this way. And then what I do is I have a shot vac. Now these come off, and I have a shot vac I stick right inside here. So let me get the shot vac. I'll show you what it looks like for a second. So this is one of my old shop vacs. Everybody has one. It's been disintegrated and stuff. You put it out to pasture, so to speak. I go through a couple air filters a year because undoubtedly I suck up a hot coal. You catch in time, but no big deal. But it's great for cleaning your wood boiler. So again, loosen up the plates. This is what you should be doing every day when you have the boiler. Make sure you keep them. There's one's right and one's left. So since the stove is cold now, they just take a little wiggle on to come out. Again, that's your left one. Here's your right one. Okay, I also want to point out, make sure I take my paint scraper and scrape this off. Okay, scrape both sides. Get them nice and clean. Again, don't mix them up. There's one right one and a left one. So again, you take your shot vac. You're going to stick it in where the plates were, inside here. You're going to turn your shot vac on, which I'm not going to do now. You're going to stick the boiler brush in the back holes here, all the way in the back, curved, and you're just going to push it, the ash this way, and also the old creosote. You're going to push it back this way. Again, go into every single hole, make sure they're wide open. Why? Because the airflow. I also use a mask when I'm inside the firebox. There's two small holes again back there. You got to do that. Now the two back plates, take those off. They're neither right or left, so it doesn't matter if you mix those up. So you take those off. Then I push the brush that way, all four holes again. So each hole gets two passes with a brush and through the channel. Because there's a channel inside here where the air flows through here, and that can get gummed up. Again, something that Central Boiler won't tell you. I've kind of figured out. Once I get that all done, I then go ahead and scrape my firebox. Give it a good scrape with give them the paint scraper. Because you're going to notice when you're scraping up top here, you'll see it. You'll see all the creosote coming off the top. comes down. So you clean all that up, you scoop out as much as you can with a scooper, and then I shop vac it all out of there. Once that's all done, you have the charge tube in the middle here. Okay, I'm just going to take this out like this, but again in here, I make sure these holes are cleaned. Okay, they can get kind of plugged up. All right. Look down the side, make sure your charge tube's intact, not cracked. If it's cracked, get a new one. I always keep spare parts. Again, all this will be, I'm going to show you another video. Once I get done cleaning this, you'll see how I clean it all out. It's ready to go. I'll load it all up. Now in the back, let me show you the back real quick. So I'm going to do 3 videos for you guys. So, for the back of my boiler, I'm going to take off. Now the last time I made a video, I showed you guys how to do the tubes. Primary, secondary, that's your charge tube. I'm going to take these off. We're going to see how they look. I took them off 2 weeks ago. I had creosote in them, not bad, a little bit. All right. So I've already scraped it once with the chain scraper thing. You send these down inside here. Now this is how it should normally do it. Now, last year, before my rep just abandoned me, and I had to figure it out with another rep who kind of showed me a little bit more. He knew more about it, which was great. These were all plugged up with creosote. Why? Because my primary air tube was plugged with creosote. This was plugged solid, so no air flow can come in. So I thought by adding some wood stove creosote remover, it's a powder you put on the coals, it would help dissolve it. I thought this was natural. I couldn't even get this chain down inside here. It was almost a total loss. But eventually, I took my time with this. Once this got unplugged, hot fires, dry wood, it really just, the heat came through here. So this should actually drop right through like this. You can see it's all the way down the bottom there. And that's how these heat exchangers should be. Just like that. A couple of passes up and down. If you're getting creosote in those heat chambers, those heat exchangers, this is plugged, guaranteed. Your side is also plugged. The side walls where I told you to use the boiler brush, they're plugged. That should be free flowing, guaranteed. Here's an option. If they're really plugged bad with creosote, what I tried is I have a torch. It's called, hang on, I'll show it to you. One second. You can't think of it. So this torch right here, I got it on Amazon, little plug for Amazon. This is how I light my boiler. So this is like a weed killer, but it's 500,000 BTUs. And what I did was to get some of the creosote out of here. Some of you guys are gonna frown on this, and I don't blame you, but I actually put a little bit of a flame up here, not a lot, just a little bit. So I put up here under the heat exchange tubes, and actually the creosote caught on fire inside there and burned up. Not bad, but it worked. It got it out. Then I worked it with there, and then I met my new dealer, and he showed me everything. It worked out great. Once I've got that unplugged, never a problem again. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape the inside, like I said. I'm going to scrape my heat exchangers, and I'm going to vacuum out all inside here. I shop back that out. I'm going to take off the tube. I'm going to make a video showing the tube. I haven't seen it in 2 weeks. Let's see how she looks. And I also get down here and I pull all the ash out like everybody else does. But I also shop back down there. Again, a little overboard, a little anal. But I use this on my shop vac, and I reach all the way back there. I get all the coals out of the corners. So the coals, the old ash is not sitting against the steel, which can cause corrosion of the steel. Anyway, again, trying to avoid any possible leaks, any problems with central boiler, saying you didn't maintenance your boiler 100%. Anyway, so that's that. So I'll look for my next video in a minute. It'll be part 2. Inspection of the firebox after I clean it, and part 3 we'll pull the tubes off, and then we'll light the sucker.